Hello everyone! So this video is going to be a little bit different. We just completed the Chrono Trigger saga, as it were, our playthrough. So we figured, why not give our final thoughts on the game as a whole?
Essentially, like these are our thoughts and ideas in closing on Chrono Trigger as a game. And having been a person who came along probably in their mid-20s and played a game that was out when they were born, coming back and playing it as playing a Super Nintendo game after playing Xbox and Xbox One and PlayStation 3 and 4 and all that, I still have to say that Chrono Trigger is one of the best games I've ever made. It was my wallpaper for like a year after
You ever made. Okay.
Did I say I?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well.
Yes, you did. And that's staying in. No.
Well, I'm not taking it out because
taking credit where credit's due, huh? Okay,
yeah, exactly. Taking credit where credit is due.
Uh-huh.
I deserve it, frankly.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah, I definitely agree. This is one of the best games I've ever played myself. It's got just about everything that you'd ever want from a Golden Age game, and then some. The graphics are absolutely amazing for a Super Nintendo game. The characters are memorable, emotive. You learn to care about these people very quickly in the game.
I mean, it's indicative of a JRPG. Like like you feel for characters that you never hear them talk, you barely see them emote, but their personalities are perfectly captured with what the developers had to work with at the time.
Yeah, the writing is phenomenal. It absolutely. Well, there are a few niggling bits in there.
I mean, like
kind of.
Considering when they made the game
and
and the style that they went with as far as storytelling and narrative, they had multiple plot lines all coinciding with each other in different eras.
Yep.
And then they
satisfying resolutions to almost all of them, I would say. Yeah.
They brought them together in a way that was conducive, and at a time travel story, no less. I can't even begin to describe how difficult that is to do.
Yeah.
How to make something that that we have no frame of reference for.
Absolutely.
With our linear existences, and have that make sense in a way that is acceptable to a viewing audience is impressive in and of itself.
Oh, absolutely. But let's not forget the gameplay as well. I mean, it's excellent. The JRPG baseline stuff that's in there is excellently done, but then you throw in the combination systems where you have team attacks and such, and it just goes absolutely bananas at that point, because team attacks make perfect sense, and it's in the context of the game, not to mention that it helps highlight the personalities and abilities of each individual person. So
I mean, it's certainly different. I would as a combat system, I wouldn't call it turn-based because it's
active time-based.
It's ATB, yes.
I mean, you can have turn-based, but why?
I think as far as JRPG combat systems go, I don't think there is a better way to do it besides ATB or turn-based. I mean, they've tried to be creative for the past decade and a half, and I just don't think that anything has come along that's been as enjoyable and as fun to play with as ATB or turn-based. Classic ATB, newer.
I would debate that, but I will say
debate that with what? What can compete, my friend?
There are quite a few things. Real-time action turn-based combat.
Like Final Fantasy 13?
You dare bring that abomination up here in my presence during this?
I'm disgusted with myself for having to say it.
Yeah, seriously, what? Okay, so, bottom line. Personally, I would recommend the PS1 version as my favorite version. It doesn't have... it has excellent cutscenes added to it. Yes, it has load times, but if you have a PS3 and played on that, the load times are almost negligible.
Yeah, so, I was playing on a PS2. I don't remember any loading at all.
Yeah, I actually played that on the original PS1. Load times were atrocious. But yeah, PS3, if you have a PS3, pick up the PS1 version of this game and just enjoy the cutscenes and fun stuff like that, and the extra little goodies in there. There are, of course, other versions. There's I believe, the DS version where they modified the game to try and add in the Chrono Cross tie-ins and stuff like that, and trying to explain
the DS version is fairly well received.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not too fond of what they did to make the Chrono Cross stuff mesh, as it were. Like it Chrono Cross is another thing entirely, and I'll get into that at some point, I'm sure. But
I mean, it's a sequel. It shouldn't be another thing entirely.
But regardless of if you played the original SNES version, if you play the DS version, if you play any version of Chrono Trigger, it's an excellent game, highly worth your time. Love it to death, and it will always be considered a timeless classic for a reason.
10 out of 10. One of my all-time favorites.
Yep. Anyway, onwards to the next game. Thanks, everyone, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.